On it is Kyle Anderson of Bama Football on YouTube. Could I get a roll tide inside the comment box? I appreciate you guys being here. Today is Tuesday. It is March 11th. I hope you guys are having a fantastic Tuesday. If you're spring breaking, do it responsibly. I don't care. It's your life. Do whatever you want to do on spring break. I don't care. I am posted up here in beautiful Tuscaloosa, Alabama for today's show. I posted inside the community tab for you guys to post some questions. We'll post those questions right here on the site. I'll give you my take on those questions. We'll talk some Alabama football today. I am feeling better. Yesterday, that was a rough show, I'm not going to lie. But we're making progress every single day, getting progress. The show must go on. So here we are. Here we stand, all right? Alabama basketball will play on Thursday this week in the SEC basketball tournament. Got some NFL news that we'll hit on. Najee has a new home. I love me some Najee. He was so awesome to cover here at the University of Alabama. I still feel he's an underrated running back. Jonathan Allen has a new home as well. Remember on one of the last shows that we had, we saw that Jonathan Allen, it was kind of on the back end of the show. I thought he got arrested or something like that. I was like, what? He had got released. He has a new home as well. Actually, he's linking up with some more Alabama players. We'll talk about that to open up the show. We'll probably do a call-in tomorrow. Feels like Wednesday is a good day for a call-in. And I'll probably be, I think, closer to 100% by then. But, man, I don't know. I don't really get sick often. It was a short little stint. It was fine. We moved through it. We passed through it. What's your home remedy to get back on your feet? JG, what's up, man? Nick Harden. What's going on? Kevin, I see you inside the comment box. Lisa, good morning to you. Skyler, Herman, Max. Quincy, what's up, man? Quincy, I got to respond to your email, man. Thanks for reaching out. There's big Austin Mack right there throwing. Man, that was Richard Young, number 9, catching it. Huh. All right, let's start. Let's start the show. Again, appreciate you guys being here. Some NFL news as we lead off on the show. Max Tooney wants me to get into the whiskey early on in the show. No, I've heard that's a remedy, right? Yeah. I've also heard that's kind of like a voice enhancer. Woo. But I am feeling better. Thank goodness. Oh, my goodness. All right. Do you feel that Najee is an underrated running back? I do. I really do. Look, I follow the NFL. I play fantasy football. I follow guys on their journey from Alabama to the NFL. Najee Harris is a special player. I think when you look at all the great running backs for Alabama that they've had, Najee Harris still an underrated guy for me, in my opinion. I feel that, he did the best that he could with the Pittsburgh Steelers. Pittsburgh Steelers kind of an underachieving type team. Him going to the Chargers, I like it. I think the Chargers have some good things going on. I'm going to link up with Jim Harbaugh. We'll see what he can do out west. He's from Northern California. He's going to Southern California, 2 different countries in my mind. If you know anything about California, you know that Northern California and Southern California, completely different, right? Completely different vibe. It is completely different. But I like the fact that he's going out to LA. I'm sure he's happy about that. And I think that he'll do well for the Chargers. I really do. And I think that, it's going to always be tough to compete with the Chiefs and Josh Allen of the Bills, who, by the way, is getting paid almost $300 million or something like that. You see his new contract? Absolutely wild. But anyways, happy for Najee Harris. I think it's a really good pickup for the Chargers. I think he took a step forward, right? It seemed, you think about, guys who go to other programs, sometimes it's like a step up, lateral movement. I think it's a step up for Najee Harris. Hey, Kevin Lynch, I appreciate you being a fan funder for a year, bro. That's what's up, man. Thank you for all the support. Jonathan Allen also has a new home with the Minnesota Vikings, right? Going from the command. Remember there was that time where the Commanders were picking up all of those Alabama football players? I think this is another really good move for Jonathan Allen, right? Vikings are good. That's a good squad. Dallas Turner's over there. Who else you got? Will Reichard, right? Good pickups for both these guys. Happy to see it. NFL really built entirely by guys from Bama. What's up, Todd? I appreciate you joining us, man. Then I started thinking, I was like, as I always kind of like, one thing leads to another. Then I was thinking about it. I was like, look at all the running backs that came from Alabama that are now in the NFL. Now, I added Jerome Ford and Alvin Kamara. They were here for a little bit of time, right? So I just threw them in there. And these scream grabs from NFL in terms of the leading rushers, right? Look at all these guys. It was the OG over here in terms of coaching up the running backs is Burton Burns. I still see him at Publix here in Tuscaloosa from time to time. I didn't even know he was still living here. I saw him not too long ago. All right, but look at this. So you got Derrick Henry. It was crazy to me. As soon as he went to the Ravens, I knew that he was going to have a successful season. I'm going off that because I saw that Najee went to the Chargers. So then I started thinking about guys from Alabama that were in the league at the running back position. Derrick Henry to the Ravens, it was crazy. If the Ravens aren't going to win, the Ravens aren't going to win a Super Bowl. That's it. They're not. If they were going to win a Super Bowl, it would have been last year. I still think Derrick Henry still has some. The guy almost had 2,000 yards. He'll still run for over 1,500 yards this next season. But if they were going to win a Super Bowl or make a run for it, it was last year. Jahmyr Gibbs, my goodness. This guy came from Georgia Tech to Alabama, one of the best transfers that has come to Alabama. In the NFL, he's unbelievable. This guy's like the fastest running back in the NFL, period. 1,400 yards last year. The Detroit Lions. And the Detroit Lions have two running backs, right? They got Montgomery and Gibbs. If they don't have Montgomery, probably Gibbs might run for 2,000 yards. I'm serious. Josh Jacobs, super underrated. And think about him. As soon as he got to the Packers, that's when he started doing his things. I know he did a little bit with the Raiders, but you'd probably rather play for the Packers than the Raiders, right? And then Najee, right, had 1,000 yards. And then I listed those two guys at the bottom as part of it. Anyways, just interesting to look at in terms of like guys who are Alabama, guys who are in the NFL. Okay, I asked you guys to throw me some questions inside the comment box. I post this on the community tab, just basically like a back and forth. I'm going to read these out on air, and then I'll give you my take on it, okay? That'll kind of be the meat of the show. The team is on spring break. So these are our spring break shows. Is anybody anywhere cool? Is anyone like on the beach, like drinking like a little pina colada in the morning? Or are you guys like all posting up at work? What's up, Ephraim? See you inside the comment box, bro. Crimson Angel, what's up, man? Yeah, you're up first, Crimson. Is anyone? Please tell me somebody's like on the beach or something like that. Please. All right. Okay. This first question was put up by Angel out in Pigeon Forge. We love Angel. He even calls into the Hey Coach show. All right, he says this. Will Kalen DeBoer grow a pair and be a coach and not their buddy? Will Coach be serious about the players and bench players if they are not up to the challenge? God, what's your final thoughts on the SEC schedule for this season? All right, Angel. I appreciate it, bro. Look, I think Coach Kalen DeBoer, will he grow a pair? I think Coach Kalen DeBoer learned a tremendous amount this last season. I don't think that he was ready for no one can be ready for the SEC, like how different it is coaching here. And think about the amount that he learned from just 1 year of being here, right? Like this guy went through a lot. He was criticized a lot. He had some good things, but he was criticized, and rightfully so, for some of those things. I think he was in a tough spot too, being that he had to, keep together some of the roster, not let the roster completely dissolve. Tough situation for Coach Kalen DeBoer. Tough position for any man who was able to take over for Nick Saban, right? I know, Byron, the first question I was reading these out, and I was like, oh, man. Angels going right for it. I feel in terms of like him being serious, think about this. He brought Ryan Grubb in. He brought Keelan Russell in. Found a way to keep like a player like Jalen Mbakwe. They figured out a way to keep Courtney Morgan. Those are signs that show you how serious he is about continuing that foundation here at the University of Alabama. And how Alabama wants to continue to solidify what they already have built here at Alabama. Like, keeping Courtney Morgan was prime. That happened last year. Bringing on Keelan Russell and making sure that they have the resources to develop someone like him. And then also going out there and figuring out a way to bring in Ryan Grubb. Those are some big additions, and that's how serious he is. Antoine inside the comment box says this: I feel like Grubb was more of a face of the Washington team than DeBoer was. You know, Antoine, I think in talking about Ryan Grubb, I think the reason like he was so hurt when Kalen DeBoer took this job is that Washington didn't give him an opportunity to be the head football coach at Washington. Because he clearly is going to be a head football coach at some point in time, Ryan Grubb. I think sooner than later. I mean, from the first press conference that we heard, you could tell he's a head football coach. Max Tooney, Arkansas, beachfront. Matt, what's up, man? Sipping on a margarita in Fort Myers. Okay, thank you, Matt. We'll live through Matt, who's up in Fort Myers, sipping on a margarita at 11. That's good, bro. Happy for you. Enjoy it. All right. Now, the whole thing about will he bench players that aren't up to the challenge, this is the thing we want to see, right? Because last year it was like, did Milroe really have the team like handcuffed? Was there more behind the scenes why he couldn't take out Milroe? We have no idea. We can put our tinfoil hats on and think that was really something. We have no idea. Year two is a very telling year about where Alabama's going to go and about where Coach Kalen DeBoer is going to go. He has pressure for sure. Not an overwhelming amount. I don't think like his seat is hot or anything like that. But I think he has to demonstrate to, I think, Alabama fans that he's going to put the right guy in for the job. Now he has a quarterback competition. Everybody's going to talk about this quarterback competition, and whoever he puts out there to start week 1 or week 2, week 3, that's on him and Grubb, right? It's a hell of a quarterback competition. I still think in the end, it'll be Ty Simpson running out there to take snaps against Florida State. And it'll be up to Ty Simpson to keep the job going forward, right? Eugene, what's up, man? Skylar, I kind of feel the same. Skylar inside the comment box says, Grubb about to cook. I think you're right, bro. I mean, the more you look at all the weapons that they have. Eugene wants to know about the inside linebackers behind the starters. Well, the good thing is with the inside linebackers, Deontay Lawson's out right now with the injury. So you really have 3 starters, right? Deontay Lawson, Nikhai Hill-Green, and then you have Justin Jefferson. After that, there's guys, but they don't have experience, like Caden Jones, QB Reese, and then you get a bunch of freshmen. So I don't know. That's an area that Alabama's going to need to recruit at going forward. Maybe they take a transfer guy after the season, but I think with having 3 starters, and Caden Jones is very good. So I think they're good at inside linebacker. I mean, they have the most experience, but after those guys leave, they won't have any. And then lastly, Angel says, what are your thoughts about the SEC schedule for this season? I'll answer that in a minute because somebody else asked about the schedule. So, Angel, I appreciate you, bro. Call in tomorrow, man, on the call-in show. All right. Next, we got JJ RMFT says, does our high expectations as a fan base help or hurt our team? Ooh, I love this. Seems like other fan bases want us to lower our standards. It used to be, it'll never be like it was during the Bear Bryant era. Now it's Saban's gone. Be happy with just being good, mediocre. I expect a natty every single year with our talent. What's your thoughts? I love it, bro. I don't know about you and how you live your life, okay? But we're not going to be friends outside of this show if your standards aren't high. I'm sorry, bro. Like, I want to be around high achievers. I want to be around, like, people who are, like, trying to get better. That's just who I am, and that's who I want to be around, okay? I don't have time to be lackluster in any area of my life. That's why I love covering Alabama. That's why I like rolling with Coach Saban, following a coach like Coach Saban, because it takes what it takes. If you want to be great, you don't have a lot of room for error because it takes what it takes, right? The 4 losses to me, I don't want that to be the norm. Other programs are used to losing 3 games, losing 4 games. I'm not used to that. I don't want to be like that. I don't want to lose games. I don't want to cover a losing team. I don't want to cover a team that isn't playing in the playoffs. I don't want to cover a team that's not playing for the national title. And if the team isn't making the playoffs, and if the team isn't making a national title, I'm gonna be doing something different. I promise you. Because the standard here is the playoffs. The standard here is competing for national championships. And if you're an Alabama football fan, you've had a lot of time to get accustomed to greatness. Keeping greatness is hard. Maintaining a standard of excellence in this new world of college football is hard. The rules of college football were changed to try to get Alabama off that elite platform that they've been on for such a long time. And now that there's parity, it's up to Coach Kalen DeBoer to coach with X's and O's and Jimmy's and Joe's to still maintain that standard, to still make the playoffs, to still win national championships. Skylar Cook inside the comment box mentioning that the player field is so balanced. For sure. 100%. The playing field is balanced for sure. But guess what? Starting July 1, when Alabama can pay its players, right? And you start to see kind of things, a little bit more guardrails in college football. Guess who it's up to? Because of the level playing field, guess what it comes down to? The players that you currently have, the resources, and most importantly, the coaches that you have. So now that you brought in Ryan Grubb and you have your guys set in place, win games, bro. Win games. 4 losses isn't it, dude. And I'm not saying that like directly to Coach Kalen DeBoer, but that's to everybody in the world of Alabama football. It was so amazing to me and a little bit disheartening, honestly, to hear how many fans were like, it's just 4 games, blah, blah. No. Don't have that attitude. You're better than that. You're better than that. You deserve greatness. You deserve championships. The script day is different than the other programs. SMU made the playoffs. Boise State made the playoffs. You didn't. Be mad about that. All right. But I love this, bro, because like I like the mentality. I'm not going to settle. I'm sorry. I'm not going to settle for like mediocrity and be like okay with just getting by. I'm not like that. Sorry. All right. I love the question though. All right. Let's see where we're at. Next one. Okay. Let's see. Chris Thames 22. What's up, man? He says if we develop our left and right tackles to hold up good enough for Ty or QB1, let's not start a war. Are we a championship team? Or better yet, the team to beat? Let's see. So long story short, like if we have two solid tackles, does that make Alabama the team to beat? I think it makes them a contender. I don't know if it makes them the team to beat because, like we talked about before, there's a lot of teams. There's a lot of teams that are not balanced, right? But I think it makes Alabama a contender again. I mean, how could they not be? Look at all the weapons that they have on the offensive side. The only real question that we have is, do we have a quarterback right now? If the offensive line, let's just say, let's put it like this: if the offensive line is set and they're really good, then the question is, do we have a quarterback that can operate at a high enough level to get the receivers and run Ryan Grubb's offense to the standard it needs to be run to win as many games as possible? I would think so. But I think after the tackles are set or after the offensive line is set, then the next question is the quarterback going to be good enough, capable enough to run Ryan Grubb's offense? That's the next question. We know we have quarterbacks. We know we have guys. We know we have guys. We don't know if we have a legit offensive line. We really don't. The wide receivers are the best in the country. The running backs are as good as anyone in the country. Tight ends, above average. We love Josh Cuevas. We know we have quarterbacks. We just don't know if we have a complete offensive line. We know we have a defense. What area are you concerned about on the defensive side? Seriously. I'm not concerned about much on the defense. But I don't know about like team to beat. But I think contender. If you get the offensive line set, yeah, contender for sure. Yeah, hell yeah, contender. Max Tooney in Dallas. I knew you guys would probably point to that because I was thinking that in my mind as well. Thinking about if there's any questions on the defensive side, where would those be? Yeah, and I think like DT depth, right? Who's going to be like a nose guard defensive tackle after Tim Keenan? It's been good to see Jeremiah Beeman standing out. Steve Mbumwa, he's doing nice things too. But yeah, I am watching the defensive tackle position as well. But outside of that, I don't have a lot of questions. Oh, who's going to be Husky? Come on. We all know it's going to be Cam Calhoun. All right, next question. Ooh, I love this one right here. This is probably my favorite one. You know I love wide receivers. Yo, but I got the rasp because of the I'm getting past the sickness. Remember Phoebe from Friends when she got like the raspy voice? Anybody remember Smelly Cat? All right. William Prod asks, would you rather have Isaiah Horton or Casey Conception? 100% Isaiah Horton. Inside the comment box, tell me, would you rather have Horton or Casey Conception? Ooh, I like that, Todd. Lil Dre getting some looks at Husky. That's good. I like that. Nicole, what's up? Good morning to you. Brandon, what's going on, man? Herman, what's up? The reason I would have Isaiah Horton more than KC Conception, you have about 5 different KC Conceptions. Let's try to list them, okay? KC Conception's good. He's damn good, 100%. I would love to have him, but if I had to have a wide receiver to fit in the system, the one that I need is Isaiah Horton. I need a bigger wide receiver that's a veteran. I don't need another slot wide receiver. My slot wide receivers are, I might put Ryan Williams in the slot this year. But other than Ryan Williams, I got Jalen Mbakwe, okay? I got Rico Scott. I got Cole Adams. I got Bubba Hampton. I got Lazier Brooks. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have 5 slot wide receivers. Plus, I'm probably playing Ryan Williams at the slot this year. So I got really 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I got six guys that are comparable playing style to KC Conception. Was KC Conception good? Yeah, but at the end of the day, you have Isaiah Horton, Jeremy Bernard. You need an elite. KC Conception is not better than Ryan Williams. KC Conception's very talented. He's not better than Ryan Williams, period. Yeah, Wade, I'm feeling better, man. Thank you so much. I just got to get past the whatever this next phase is. Jay Begg, what's up, bro? That's what I'm saying is like, if I have to choose for one of those guys, I want a bigger wide receiver out there. I want Jeremy. It fits really nice. I have no idea how you're going to get the football to all these other guys. That's up to Ryan Grubb to figure out and Coach Kalen DeBoer. But nah, I think Isaiah Horton, go watch his film. He's great. William Sand, what's up, man? Points out, every time we have an Isaiah at receiver, we win. Roll Tide asks Horton or Bernard. Different wide receivers. Isaiah Horton, I said yesterday, he's bigger. He's more of a possession. He can run for sure. He's fast, but he don't got like the juice that like Ryan Williams has. Jerry Bernard, he's fast, good route runner, very dependable. But I think, who do you guys think is better, Isaiah Horton or Jeremy Bernard? I'm probably going to say, I don't know. Actually, I don't know. That's a tough one for me. I don't know. But Jeremy Bernard, not like, well, each of those receivers are very talented. They'll be in the NFL. But I like the question. Good call on that. All right, I think we have another one too. Let's see. All right, let's see. Roll Tide Prods. How many more 9-4 seasons does Kalen DeBoer realistically have? He has to make the playoffs this year. 100%. You got to make the playoffs this year. You have to. Right? And I think that when you look to this schedule right here, like, it's a tough schedule. Let me ask you again. I've asked you this before, okay? Is this schedule just based on the teams and the small amount that we know? Teams are still going to add and subtract from their roster. Is this schedule, yes or no, more challenging than this past year's schedule? Yes or no? And everyone's saying 0, 9-4 seasons. Yeah, I agree with you guys on that. Is this schedule more challenging than 2024 schedule? What's up, J. Cole? I'm saying yes. I'm saying that it's more challenging, at least based on some of the small factors that we know. So 9-4 last year. How many more will there be 9-4? Let's look at this schedule right here. Okay. Let me just ask you this. Okay, we'll go one by one. Maybe not on all the teams, but for the majority of the teams. Okay. Yes or no? Do you think that Florida State will be better than they were in 2024? Yes or no? Will Florida State be better than 2024? I'm going to say yes, right? They have to be. They were doo-doo last year. Okay? So they're better. Okay? Now, let me follow that up. I mean, yeah, how could they be worse? My goodness. They were terrible. Remember, man, DJU, talk about, we like to talk about how Jalen Milroe regressed, right? What about DJU? Oh, my God. He was terrible. Poor guy. Where is he on like the NFL draft boards? What happened to him? Where is he? No, I'm serious. Where's DJU? Is he like going to the NFL? I'm like dead serious. I haven't heard about him. Man. God, that guy was bad. Holy cow. Okay. Now, since I've asked you that, let's pair it up with this. Did Alabama play well? Did Alabama play its best football on the road last year under Kalen DeBoer? Yes or no? I'll save you that. No, they didn't. Every game that they lost last year was outside of Bryant-Denny Stadium. Okay? That's why this first game against Florida State, I'm not looking at it as like a true gimme. I've talked so much smack about Florida State. It's crazy. Last year, I was dogging on Florida State so much last year that I started to feel bad. Man, I started to feel bad because they were so terrible. It wasn't even funny anymore. Man, I was like clowning on them, and then they just kept losing and losing and losing. I was like, oh my God, these poor guys. Okay, now let's skip to week 3. We'll do some rat poison on Monroe. We'll go to week 3 against Wisconsin. Who thinks that game's going to be another beatdown against Wisconsin? I have no idea who their quarterback will be. Tyler Van Dyke he transferred again. Do you think that Alabama beats up on Wisconsin again? I do. Wisconsin, they never have an offense. Their defense is like okay, but I think Alabama will dominate Wisconsin. Okay? You have an open week right before Georgia. Georgia has an open week right before Bama. Okay? Okay, listen up. Interesting question right here. Will Georgia be better, worse, or the same as last year? Will Georgia be better, worse, or the same as last year? I don't know. Playing on the road is challenging. At Athens, right? Alabama has found ways to beat Georgia. Look at that. They've won the last 9 out of 10 games. Okay, so Darren's saying worse. Herman's saying worse. Everyone's saying worse. Could the equalizer in that game, though, be the home field advantage that Georgia has? I don't know. That's a tough. Obviously, it's a tough game, right? All right. What about Vanderbilt? Is Vanderbilt going to be better or worse than the same? Probably the same, right? Pavia's back. Their tight end's back. We're on Vanderbilt. Better or worse than the same? I'm going to say the same. But watch, I'm going to be on the next documentary saying this. I just can't see Vanderbilt coming into Bryant-Denny Stadium and winning. Willie Sands just straight up saying Vandy sucks. I don't know, what if they're better? Okay. Missouri. Look, when Alabama played Missouri last year, Missouri didn't have a quarterback. They didn't have a running back. It was like fighting somebody with no arms and no legs. I could tell you that Alabama was going to beat Missouri. You know, I knew that was going to happen. I wasn't buying like all the, oh, wow, they're back. I was like, this team sucks. Missouri sucked. Dude, they didn't have anybody. The defense was okay, but the rest of the team was terrible. So Missouri, yeah, they're losing their offense. Quarterback was pretty good. Okay. Eli Drinkwitz, he can punch you in the stomach sometimes, but I think Alabama gets past that one. Okay. Now we're at Tennessee. What do you think about this game? Because right here, this little stretch is tough. Georgia, Vanderbilt, Missouri, Tennessee, and then South Carolina. But let's stay on Tennessee. Tennessee better, worse, than the same. And then, does Dylan Sampson come back? Or is he gone? The running back. Is he gone? That guy is a problem. And they used him perfectly. I wish they utilized that running back so well. He run for 130 every single game. Tough dude. Their quarterback's back. Tennessee will be good. They won the last 2 out of 3 against Bama. Okay. People saying better for Tennessee. Todd saying worse. Okay, now you got South Carolina. Let's move to that game. Better, worse than the same. I think South Carolina is actually going to be better. Quarterback's back. They have some momentum. Thank goodness Justice Haynes didn't decide to go to South Carolina. I don't know. So, zooming out, this is a hard schedule. South Carolina will be tough. This is going to be a really challenging game. I think the last time that they were there was the Najee game, right? When Najee went crazy on them. That's a tough. That game is clearly circled on everyone's calendar. Hey, Money McGee, what's up? I appreciate the super chat. Thank you so much. I think better. I'm going with better. Open week comes at a perfect time, right before you have LSU. Oh, I forgot. Justin Okoronkwo was at South Carolina. Yeah, I like that kid. He's good. He's good, but he wasn't going to play this year. LSU, Grant Nussmeier coming back. Garrett Nussmeier. I always call that poor kid Grant. It's Garrett. He didn't do anything, though, against Alabama last year. I thought he was going to, give Alabama problems. He didn't do anything. And then Oklahoma. Okay. This game. So look at the two quarterbacks that you face. LSU and Oklahoma, right? So you got Nussmeier coming in. And then you got who is it? Meek, who came in, the transfer from Washington State. I think he was the number one transfer in the country. He was from Washington State, and then he came to Oklahoma. That guy's ultra talented, 100%. He's good. But I can't see Oklahoma coming in here. I mean, you got to think Coach Kalen DeBoer, he'll have some fire in the belly for Oklahoma. The way that they played in that game was below standard. Like, that was the worst game. Yeah, John Mateer, that's him. Thank you. That guy is so good. Thank you, Antoine. John Mateer. If you haven't seen that guy play for Washington State, look, I think if he would come here this year, he'd be the starting quarterback. That's how good he is. I'm serious. I think he'd be the starter. I think he beat out these other guys, and he'd be the starter, and then turn the keys over to Keelan in the next year. But Mateer is good. Yeah, he's super talented. And how about the last one? At Auburn, right? Coach Kalen DeBoer has not played on the road in an Iron Bowl. The Iron Bowl, Coach Saban said it was haunted. If you haven't been to an Iron Bowl, I'd never been to an Iron Bowl before. I went down there. It has weird energy. The eagle flies in the field. It's pretty cool. Big screen TV. The place is haunted. That's going to be a tough game. Plus, they got Jackson Arnold, ironically, the guy who came from Oklahoma who beat Alabama last year. Let me ask you this about Auburn. Are they going to be better or worse this year? What's like the early pulse on Auburn? Probably better, right? Hey, Max, I think you're right, bro. Like, Haunted is putting it, like, mid. I don't know what happens when Alabama goes over there. All bets are off. It's crazy. We've seen it. People, like, remember when the Bo Nix game? Man. It's a voodoo for sure, bro. It's scary. So I don't know, like, how many games these guys win or whatever. But I do think the schedule is harder. I do have to say. Like, if I had to straight up say, is the schedule harder, easier, I'm going to say it's harder. I'll hit on this real quick. Quarterfinals start on Friday. That's when Alabama basketball will either play Oklahoma, Georgia, or Kentucky. This is the basketball tournament in SEC play. I have a few more minutes. You guys want to post some questions for me to talk about inside the comment box? I appreciate you guys rocking with me. Hopefully, I'll be back up to speed by tomorrow or Thursday. So, thanks for rocking with me. I really don't take days off. I might give myself a day off on Friday, but we'll see. I like the consistency and performance of like all my stuff. So it's important for me to be here. Right? And when you are your own boss, it is what it is. Like, there's just that's how it is. Cortisone just wonders. Yeah, I was thinking about Little Shot. Marcus, what's up? Marcus asked inside the comment box, realistically, how long do you think Grubb will be at Alabama? 1 year. I think that he'll be here 1 year. I do. I think he comes in here 1 year. I think this Alabama maybe two. Like, Sarkisian was here, 2 years? I think that, Z-Pack, that sounds good too. How long do you think Ryan Grubb will be here inside the comment box? 1 or 2 years? I think 1 year. I think if they have a really big year this year, this guy is going to be very highly sought after. I mean, I could already tell just by listening to the one measly press conference that we got from him that he's a head coach. I think that's why he was so hurt when Washington didn't give him his job. You know, when you're ready for something in life, when you're like just ready for it, you work for it, and like you don't get it. You're pissed off not because of entitlement, but because you're ready. I think he's ready. Skyler's like 4 years. 2 years. 2 years seems to be 2 years. I didn't see it, Kevin. I'll look. Oh, Kevin asked inside the comment box, how much autonomy do you think Grubb will have to run his own offense? No, I think Grubb will have free reign. No, I think Grubb will come in and he'll be able to do what he wants with this offense. 100%. Yeah. Darren inside the comment box says, the year we win the championship is the year he leaves. Ooh, okay. I just don't think he'll be here that long. Herman says 2 years, but Burn better have that money ready. I don't know. I don't see him here for a very long time. Just my small take. I don't know. I mean, maybe that's why Grubb's still on the staff, or Sheridan. All right. Sheridan has 1 more year to learn under Grubb, and then he comes back as the OC. Oh my goodness, that would piss so many people off. You imagine that? What would happen if Grubb takes another job and then Nick Sheridan just gets elevated to OC again? Oh my goodness. Did I just spoil the future? Explore Horizons. What's up, man? See you inside the comment box. All right, fam. Thanks for rocking with me today. I appreciate you guys. We're getting through it. Almost to 100% health. Be good people out there. If you're spring breaking, if you're having a good time, have a cold one for me. Or maybe a hot one, a hottie toddy. But I appreciate you guys rocking with me every day live, 10 a.m. Central Time. Or as major news happens. Rain, sleet, snow. Through sickness and health. Bama Football on YouTube. I love you guys. Thank you so much for being on the show today. I love you guys. Stay tuned. Oh, man. From, what's up, man? I appreciate it. You know, there's a new Italian spot in Tuscaloosa that I need to try out. People have been raving about it because there's this other spot called De Palmas, right? De Palmas is amazing, but you can't get in there. It's hard to get in there. So a new Italian spot. You know what? Speaking of Italian, I like Olive Garden. Me and the kids get Olive Garden. T likes Olive Garden. That Sopa Toscana. Oof. Yo, that hits. All right, fam. I love you. Have a beautiful day. Stay where your feet are at. Enjoy life. Coming to you from beautiful Tuscaloosa, Alabama. Kyle Henderson, Bama Football on YouTube. Derek,